take sparkling water.
Watermelon or lime?
Oh, watermelon for sure.
Cheers, mate.
Oh,
Whoa! Cheers. I did you dirty.
I know. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have thrown it.
Yeah. So growing up, you didn't come out on the water here?
Let's see. I've been on the water, honestly, like 2, maybe 3 times. Last time
That's
was
crazy.
with my mom, yeah.
And you grew up here your whole childhood?
Yeah, first like 18 years.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's crazy, like, growing up, because, like, some similar things happened to me in, like, L.A., like, and I guess the river's not everything.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes when you live somewhere, it's just, like, a different... You almost do more sometimes when you move to a place and it's, like, new and exciting. But if you grew up there, like... I don't know. I could imagine, and I know this, like, substitute teaching at high schools, like, there's a lot of kids who live super close to, like, downtown in the city, but they never...
Yeah, exactly.
They don't go.
I think since before doing comedy in Austin, I've been to 6th Street, like, 5 times, maybe. So, like, in the first 24 years of my life, I've been to 6th Street, like, 5 times.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it makes sense in a way, but...
Yeah,
Keep you out of trouble?
basically, yeah. I think the first 5 times I tried to get pussy down there, and I was like, this ain't working, so why go back?
Yeah, dude. And that was like kindergarten, right? That was inappropriate.
No, that's hot. A kindergartner who gets pussy, that's good.
But yeah, I don't know. But I envy the kids who live close to you. Like, there's so much cool stuff to do. There's concerts, there's comedy shows and stuff.
There's always a lot, yeah.
Dang, did you like coming out on the river or no?
I did, yeah. I went supping one time with a bunch of
Supping.
dudes.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
your shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
The instructor was hot, so that made the experience very fun.
Oof.
But the last time I was kayaking.
Kind of frustrating though, because like
Why?
you're on your like what do you do when there's a hot girl?
Daydream. Use your imagination.
Sometimes daydreaming makes me more frustrated. Like, it makes me sadder in the long run. Yeah, I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
It's like that sensation you get when you're like in bed, you want to fall asleep, but you keep watching YouTube or Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
And you keep pushing and pushing. You're like, this is fun, but I hate myself.
Yeah.
That's what daydreaming about gals feels like.
Yeah, or like, I don't know, at least if you get fulfilled, it makes me think of, like, you just look at, like, dessert or you smell something good, some good food, but you can't have it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't even get to...
But for the right price, you can eat creme brulee.
Or, like, I never understood people who just watch, like, cooking shows and shit. Do you do that?
Actually, I've done a lot of that while eating.
See, that stuff just frustrates me. I'm just like, it's on. I can't have it.
No, if I'm eating shitty spaghetti, I want to see them eat like make surf and turf. Then I can pretend like I'm eating surf and turf.
So I guess the equivalent would be you're having sex with an ugly girl, and you can maybe watch porn and think that you're...
No, it's way more fun. I think ugly girls are underrated. It makes the sex feel more real. Sometimes you watch porn and you're like, that girl's too hot. It's not real. That's why amateur porn is so popular nowadays. They want real, authentic.
But would that happen in real life? You're having sex with a girl who's too hot, and you're like, this doesn't feel real. Because it's real.
Been on dates with super hot girls, have not gotten that far with the super hot ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because super hot girls, the stereotype about super hot girls is sometimes they can
suck in bed.
They can be what?
They suck in bed.
Oh, I was going to say they're just maybe a little full of themselves, or they're just... they have so many options, so maybe they like saying no to people, or maybe they just don't like you.
Probably. No. It's
Actually, this sounds like you're it sounds like a good cover up for like not never getting with hot girls. You're like, man, I don't like hot girls. Like, ugly girls are where it's at, dude. Like, you guys keep messing around with these hot girls, you idiots.
No, like sometimes you'll see a chick where like she looks funky, like she doesn't appeal to certain people.
Oh yeah, well, I think there's something to not, like, I don't know, dude. Like, and this isn't. I don't want to offend anybody who chooses to
Say whatever you want. You can just edit it out.
Yeah. But, you know, it's really popular for people to get plastic surgeries and Botoxes and fake tits and fake dick.
I hate that.
And there is something where it's just like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Have a little wrinkle.
Yeah, I've been dating a girl recently, and she's like, I don't want you to see me without makeup. I've seen her without makeup, and I'm like, please keep doing that. Like that, it just looks more real.
Yeah, you just don't.
Right?
You just want to know. I don't know what it is.
I want to know what you look like.
Yeah, I think there's also just like a subconscious connection with like something that's human, and the more you cover it up and change it and stuff, it like. I mean, like people say it with like if you get a nose job or something, it like your nose is what it's supposed to be for like your proportions, and you don't think about those things consciously, but it all goes into what. Just like if you draw a picture and you don't do the proportions right, it doesn't look right. Something looks off.
Oh, you can always tell when somebody has a nose job.
Yeah.
You can always tell, even like the people in Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like in a way that there's no perfect. Even the most money that you have, and like the Kardashians and stuff, they get the best stuff and stuff, right? But eventually, they get to prolong it and get some, the best work done. But eventually, it's not gonna.
When you're like so shiny, like the Kardashians look like saran wrap. I'm like, that's not real.
Yeah, and once you get old, once you get 50, 60, 70, 80. What's down the road? Yeah. Yeah.
I will say though, in terms of Hollywood and people who age well, it's Sandra Bullock and Aunt Jessie from Full House.
Oh, John Stamos.
John Stamos?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I was talking about his wife.
Oh, Lori Loughlin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a dime, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Moms. You like moms?
I do, yeah. I was mentioning this earlier.
Bad moms, too, because Lori Loughlin, when she got in trouble.
Yeah.
That was kind of hot, right? She's, like, in with the law. Did she go to jail or anything like that?
I think she paid a fine. Well, basically, her rich husband paid a fine.
Yeah.
That was about it. They just got caught doing irrational things. Just
yeah, what did they do? They got their kid into college.
Yeah, they got their kid into USC by saying that she was like a rower, an athlete, but she didn't do anything.
Dude, I'm more of a rower than she was. She's never been. I should get a scholarship for this shit, dude. Yeah, but you got with a MILF?
I have a complicated past with a couple MILFs.
A couple MILFs?
Yeah.
At the same time?
You remember that Marvel movie about the Asian superhero, Shang-Chi?
Yeah. I didn't see it, but...
Yeah, it's, after it premiered, like, a month after it premiered, I had 6 cougars approach me and, like, ask for my numbers.
Really?
I know, right?
Wait, you think it did something?
It definitely did. That's social progress right there, man.
And do you have confirmed that these MILFs watched Shang-Chi?
You can see it in their eyes, dude. You can see it. They're like, where are the rings?
Yeah.
But this...
well, who's done that before Shang-Chi? Do you think there was some kind of wave when, like, Bruce Lee or, like...
Bruce
maybe Jackie Chan?
No, nobody wants to fuck him.
No.
He's too comical,
Oh, he's too funny.
He's like Tom and Jerry-esque. He didn't help me get pussy. Who was it? Jeremy Lin, I think he helped a lot.
Oh, Jeremy Lin, that's good. Yeah, so I guess Asians weren't really getting the buff, badass guy representation. The superhero.
No, not yet.
Asians always get casted as what? Nerds?
Yeah. Until recently, nerds. Yeah, like even Jimmy Yang on what's it called? Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
He was like the nerdy like savant.
What about Kung Fu Panda? You ever get some pussy off Kung Fu Panda?
Nah, man. Panda's black and white. They're helping other people.
But yeah, that's that black and white Chinese.
No
panda.
cartoon has ever gotten any ethnicity laid.
Yeah.
Like nobody's ever gonna watch Static Shock and be like, I gotta fuck Tamir, man.
Connie Polite kind of looked like Static Shock when he had the longer hair like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are into cartoons. You ever like jerk off to a cartoon or anything like that?
Yeah, when I was 13, I went through a phase. I think 7th grade. A lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Ooh, Katara.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. And was it like
Azula?
Azula? Who was she?
Zuko's sister?
Oh yeah. Wait, was she the one with the long fingernails?
Yes.
Yeah. She was kind of like goth, kind of like, or was that the other one?
No, I think that was Zuko's girlfriend.
Them, right?
Yeah, the one with the bangs, that was his girlfriend. The one with the hair down here, that was his sister.
Oh yeah. I like the acrobatic one that would flip around. She was kind of dumb and ditzy.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking of those 3 girls right now, and it makes me think of like the hyenas from like
From Lion King?
Yeah.
Really? Why?
Because there's like the goofy one, like the hyenas, and then there's the one that does like the more talking or is like serious.
Oh,
and
okay, yeah, the more evil one.
There's something about like trios of like cartoon characters, and they play their role or something. But wait, you would jerk off to Azula, just the TV show?
No.
Or it
They'd
was
be
like it was a redrawing.
Like explicit, yeah. They had
they would
comics and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, they would color it in too.
Whoa. You get to color it in?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Like
if they sold
book?
adult hentai coloring books, I think there's a demographic for it, man. When you go into a comic store, definitely those same guys would buy it.
Dude, I'll fucking come just by coloring in the nipples, dude. I'll never color anything else. I'll just.
Oh my god, I can make a green nipple? Jesus Christ.
She-Hulk.
Oh my god. A purple Hulk?
But you know what I also want to say is like weird shit, like jacking off to cartoons was like, I don't know, because of technology it can make you just be weirder now. Do you find that? Like before, like there's just so much access to weird shit. Like how would you?
I can't watch normal porn anymore. I need at least like 7 guys and 1 girl, dude, just to come down. And that's when I start.
So do you think people in the old days before the internet had these problems, or are we creating problems by just giving you? Would you ever? What would you have done before? But maybe you would have taken it other places, and you would have had to have it in real. Maybe it protects you in a way to be able to live this out through porn, and it keeps you out of trouble.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I don't know.
There's something to be said about that. Like I think every guy's had fantasies about like doing it, like doing role play, but then or like a glory hole, but then you see it and you're like, yeah, it's not that hot. Like I've watched swingers videos. I went to a swingers club with my girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah, this happened like 2 months ago.
Oh my god!
And
this girl that you're dating right now?
Yeah, this is like our 6th date.
6th date?
Yeah,
Wait,
I ran out of shit to do.
You ran out of shit to do? The first 5 dates were what?
What?
What were the first 5 dates? Getting ice cream?
Mozart's, getting drinks, getting tacos.
You didn't take her to the open mic at Mozart's, did you?
I think the 3rd time she ever saw me, I did a show at the Creek.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. And you were dating at that time? Or that's what got you dating?
Or just going on dates, I guess.
Whoa.
Whatever that means.
That was that one time I saw you at the creek. Was that it? I don't know. I might get you in trouble right here, but I just remember being at the creek and there was 2 pretty ladies on both of your side.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, Chris Tan just killed on stage and now he's in the crowd and ladies
Don't be surprised.
2 ladies sitting on his lap. I was like, whoa, dude, he's Hollywood. He's made it.
God, I wish, man. I
Crystalia
thought that
Tan.
being an Asian comic would help so much. It doesn't help at all, man. If I was a female Asian comic, the world would be rainbows everywhere.
Wait, why did you think it would help?
Because I'm not a white guy.
Oh, you thought it would help like career-wise?
Career-wise, booking-wise, everything, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I'm like too Americanized. If I was more like I couldn't pronounce my R's. Yeah, I would.
You're saying you got to lean into it more?
I think so.
I don't know. Do you actually think about that stuff? Like, I guess it's hard not to even
all the
think
time.
about your. Whenever you're trying to do something in entertainment, you just think about that stuff. I know people think about it booking. You know.
Yeah, of course.
Got to meet the demographics.
Every show wants a guy. Or every comedy show needs a girl.
Right. And dude, I had management up my ass. They're like, you need to have more Asian representation. That's why I called you up, dude.
Yeah.
So thanks for doing this. I owe you one, dude.
It's about time, man.
Yeah. Should it be like that? Should we think about that stuff? Or should it just be the funniest people or the best?
No, I think you need to book more diversity.
Yeah.
I think, yes. No. No, make it a meritocracy. If you're funny, you're funny.
Yeah, but the hard part about it is, let's say you do that, right? And it just happens to be a coincidence, and you book 100 comics in a row, and they're all straight white guys. Then people are gonna be like, "Wait a sec.
Yeah.
This can't be a coincidence." But the problem with it is like it's all subjective. So it's like it's easy to do that in like sports or something like that, where you can see who's better.
Yeah, he's fast. That's
Right.
why we chose him.
Yeah, he won. But when it's something like when it's art, you could put whoever.
Right.
That's what I also think about, like, and I don't book a show right now. I want to soon, hopefully this summer. But like, there's so many comics, and there's so many, in my opinion, good comics in this scene, or just serviceable comics, that you have to take it to the next. You have to take it beyond just who can do the job, right?
Yeah.
And then so people start booking their friends, or they start booking people who they know can get them something or give them something in exchange.
Right, right.
Because there's a lot of people that can do the job, so I'm not just going to book somebody who...
Exactly, especially if you're putting in the effort.
Right.
You want something out of it, kind of, you know?
Yeah, even if it's not, like, explicit. But there is the exception. If you are one of the, like, top 5 funniest people, you don't have to...
Oh, yeah, of course.
do any of
If
that.
you can just crush, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the way we should all look at it, I guess.
I think there's like 4 pillars to getting booked. 1 is like if you can sell tickets.
Right.
2, if you can murder. 3, if they really like you, if you're a cool hang. And the 4th is if they can kind of like benefit from having you, like they have a cool podcast or a show.
Or a demographic fulfillment.
Exactly, yeah.
That can fall in line there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4 pillars. It's super interesting. And I don't know, I don't hate on people for booking how they do, because it's a hard, I mean, you know, right?
Yeah. It's a pain in the ass.
So that's what I say too, is like, there's so many, everybody has a bunch of people that they want to book. You can't book them all.
I actually had the opposite problem. I ran a weekly show for like 30 weeks.
You couldn't find anyone.
I found people every week, but like there's some shows where I was like, the lineup is not as great as it was 2 weeks ago. Like objectively, because you run out of people.
Yeah. And that just says something about my comedy, is that I was never on this show, so I got to do better. I got to be funnier,
Don't let
I
it
guess.
get in your head. Everybody thinks about it.
So don't let it get in my head that I suck at comedy, you think?
No, not at all.
Okay.
You gotta keep treading.
Okay. Do you think I'll ever not suck?
It seems like from looking at the greats, you have to get addicted to cocaine to get good, and then quit to become even better. I think you're in the infant stage of your comedy career and your cocaine addiction.
Okay, I mean, I'll try it. Yeah.
Have you done cocaine?
No.
I haven't either. I'm
You should.
scared. I'm scared.
That's a cocaine shit right there.
Yeah, especially when you lose like 3 buttons.
Ladies, watch out. Dude, I don't know if your girlfriend's gonna be
Shang-Chi,
okay.
the sequel's coming out soon.
No,
No, but back to the MILF thing.
Oh yeah, back to the mill. Sorry, we get sidetracked often.
No. Gotta go with the flow.
We'll get back to everything now.
I had a exciting MILF situation going on. Actually, it was exciting, but it was sad. I had this MILF come up to me after a show. And then she told me straight up, like, yeah, I have a husband and a kid.
Whoa.
But
Is that the creek?
Yeah, no, it was at Roma Room.
Roma Room.
Yeah, a couple months ago. And then she was like, I think you're attractive. I want you to come over to my place, but I'm gonna end my marriage soon, so fuck it. And so I was like, that's perfect. That's perfect. I'm not ruining anything. It's already burning down. And then it just didn't work out. She kept saying she was too busy, and I was like, ah.
Too busy.
I know.
You think she got cold feet or?
I think so, yeah. And then she was getting her nursing degree from UT. Her kid was finishing up kindergarten. Very busy time.
And what were you saying? Were you just texting her every day? Like,
No,
dude,
like
I'm
every
really
month,
horny.
every 6 weeks, just being like, hey, how you doing?
You ever get a nudie or anything? You never.
She sent me a picture with the kid, and I was like, that's dark.
Ooh.
I know, dude.
Wait, naked with the kid?
No, I wish.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I'm gonna cut that out. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sounds. See, that was what I was talking about earlier, like paddleboarding with a hot girl, smelling a cinnamon roll you can't eat,
Yeah.
and meeting a MILF who says that she's gonna end her marriage for you,
Yeah.
and she doesn't.
No,
come
not
through.
for me. I wasn't that apprehensive. No.
Oh.
Yeah, I would have rented a hotel for that. Oh.
Yeah. So like, don't you wish you never met her or what? Or are you still
No,
glad? Better to have
it
loved
made a
than-
deposit in the Spank Bank. I still think about it, dude.
It does wonders for your mental game.
It helped, like, I guess my confidence level.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Wait, how long have you been dating your girlfriend?
7 years?
Oh, wow.
I think.
Wow.
Yeah, 7 years.
7 years. Did y'all meet in
It's
school?
a long time, dude. Imagine being a 7-year-old kid. Like, that's a pretty good chunk. Probably about time to wrap it up, don't you think?
Uh-huh.
7 years is enough.
It is, man.
I'm just
Or
kidding.
she's probably thinking, like, when's he going to put a ring on this?
Ooh.
Oh, don't make that sound. You've been dating her for, like, over almost a 30-year life.
No, I don't mean it like that. And I'm being trying to be funny, and I'm kind of being rude right now, which I'm regretting.
Uh-huh.
She's the love of my life, and
Hey.
I love her a lot, so I'm super lucky, and I'm gonna be with her forever.
Uh-huh.
But I'm like, marriage, like, do you believe in marriage? So I'm trying to get us under the freeway. You think marriage is real?
Marriage is real?
Your parents together?
Yeah, they are.
Sorry to hear
Asians don't get divorced.
it. Is that true?
Yeah. Actually, 2 family members, I think, have gotten divorced. That's about it, though. It's a pretty
Yeah.
good track record.
Like, you think I should get married? Like, I just, like I
From,
want to
like,
be with my girlfriend forever, but, like,
Uh-huh.
oh, we got to have a wedding? Like, for what? Oh, we got to announce to the world, and
Right.
it just seems kind of, like, silly, like,
Oh, it's
fairy
social
tale
pressure
stuff.
for sure.
Yeah.
I would not want a wedding. But the thing is, every girl wants a wedding. right?
Probably, right.
That's yeah. I'm sure your girlfriend's thought about like what kind of dress she's gonna wear, what kind of cake she wants.
It just seems like such a grown-up thing to do, and like, I mean, she hasn't put any pressure on me, and she said that like she doesn't want to get married right now.
How old are you? Like 24?
25.
Okay.
Marriage just seems like something you should do when you're financially stable. You're making good money.
Well, aren't there like some tax benefits to being married? I haven't looked into this at all. I just know this from other podcasts.
I think so, but I think you got to be making money for it to have a benefit, right?
Yeah.
But it can't be like crazy. Otherwise, people would be getting married just.
Right. True.
Like, what does it give you? It saves you $1 a year or something?
And then living with a woman loses you like $10K a year.
I mean, you went to a, where'd you go? A swingers club? That's like marriage.
To a swingers club?
That's what you do like when you start getting bored. If you're 6 dates in, if you have to resort to the swingers club. I
know, dude.
Wait, so what's the story with that?
The story with that? I just got bored one day and I was like, I didn't want to go to 6th Street, so I was like, let's go check it out. I treated it like a museum.
How'd you hear about it?
A comic told me. I think his friend went there.
Yeah.
It was Pat Bernard, I think.
He told you about the swingers club?
Yeah. It was actually 5 minutes away from my house. No, I don't think he's been.
Can't put him on the record.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was there. He does look like a club promoter at a swingers club.
And so wait, what's the idea? You're going to go with this girl that you just started dating. And you guys are going to...
Just check it out.
What do you mean? You don't just check it out. What do you mean check it out?
What do you mean? I didn't fool around. I mean, I just walked around.
So it's a club where... And what do you do? Like, I've heard some signs of, like, letting someone know you're a swinger. Well, everyone there must be a swinger.
Yeah.
Or was it undercover swinger bar?
No. It was just straight up swingers. They had an orgy bed.
What?
Yeah, it's like... It's a huge bed.
Like everyone could see it, or
yeah, it's right in the open.
So
there are like 14 people fucking on it.
No,
yeah.
People are naked.
Yeah,
in the middle of the bar.
It's tucked away in the corner, but you can see it if you want.
God, dude, this sounds like demonic.
It is a little bit.
What happened to you?
What happened there?
No, what happened to you in life that you have to resort to these?
I like to do interesting things.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting.
Like I went to the Church of Scientology by myself. I took their IQ test. I just treated the swingers club as like a museum.
I thought you went to Catholic school.
Are Catholic people not kinky?
They probably are, but they're just a little more secretive. I don't know if they share it on the podcast.
Yeah. No, but if you're like...
Are you doing research for God?
I mean, maybe God's poly, you know?
You think?
When
That's
you
Mormon.
get a chick
Isn't that
pregnant
Mormon?
without having sex with her... Oh, yeah. No, but maybe God, like the real God, is poly. I don't know.
So the swingers bar, you went there, this girl you don't know too well, you watched some people have sex. And then what? You just talked to some people and stuff, and like
basically, yeah.
Didn't some people come up to you and say, "Hey, let's start swinging. Want to see my swing?" Hey, batter.
Yeah, there's one guy like really tried to bat. He took a shot.
A guy?
This guy and his girlfriend.
And he came up to you?
They came up to us and they were like, just all you have to know is like at swingers clubs, if we went, we'd be the hottest ones there, dude. It's like the average age 57.
Yeah.
And they're all leathery and shit.
Oh yeah, so you were like a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, we were the hottest ones by far, dude. And the youngest.
Dude. I mean, swinger, ugh. I mean, it must have been appalling to see these old people fucking in the corner and stuff.
Yeah.
Did it get you gassed up, or it was like...
I was the softest I've ever been,
really?
Dude. Yeah. They were like playing porn in the background too, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest food you've eaten?
Camel.
Camel.
It's pretty good. Tastes
Hell
like
yeah.
beef,
Tastes like beef?
I think.
Huh. Actually, yeah, they're pretty lean. I would think it's... Wait, no, that didn't make any sense.
Well, I think for me, the weirdest food I had, because camel, it's weird. It's just weird in the sense that not a lot of people probably eat it. Like, you wouldn't hear it a lot.
Uh-huh.
But for me, the weirdest was escargot and, but actually not that. No,
Octopus. Something chewy.
no, what is it called? What's the fish eggs called?
Salmon roe. Misago.
No, there's a word for
Caviar.
caviar.
Oh, caviar sucks ass, man.
It just weirded me out thinking about all these fish eggs. I was like, whoa, that's like...
Yeah, you're committing
But I guess
genocide.
eggs aren't that weird.
No, they're not, but, like, it's just so rich.
I don't know, dude.
I didn't like it.
I mean, eating... maybe I'm vegan now. Eating animals seems like a weird thing to me right now.
It is weird, but then you get a craving for a burger, and you're like, it's kind of worth it.
No. It's nice having the separation where you just, like I go and eat a burger, I don't even think about a cow.
Uh-huh.
But I guess that's why
Right.
people become vegan, is, like, they can't... Like, they take a bite into a burger, and it's just, like, very...
I thought they mainly become vegan just for, like, health reasons.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Like, it helps. Like, a lot of people have, like, IBS. Being vegan helps with that. That's a liberal conspiracy. I don't subscribe to it. But,
Dude, meat, if you think that meat is not healthy to have, and listen, I mean, I'm not saying, like, you know, a McDonald's burger. That's, like... But if you have the right types of meat, like, we're supposed to have that, obviously.
Mhm.
Like, just look at other animals. They all eat animals.
Yeah.
Why would we not...
Right.
What do you think our diet is based on? You think cavemen didn't eat any meat? They did. We know that for a fact.
You think there were any
Monkeys eat
caveman
meat.
cannibals?
For sure, dude. For sure.
I mean, they all look like cannibals already, just off the bat.
Dude, what percentage of people do you think are cannibals when push comes to shove?
When push comes to shove?
Yeah, like the Donner Party type shit.
Well, like, all the fat people are gonna eat people. In America, that's already like half the population. Half the country is cannibals.
Wait, you're saying that fat people are more likely to... They can't resist
I mean, they're
eating?
gonna go hungry sooner than us, dude. We have a little bit more discipline.
Well, mentally, yes, but physically, they have more fat stored up, so shouldn't they last longer?
I can't even go 6 hours without eating. You think they can go 6 weeks without?
I mean, it's going to hurt, but I think that...
No, their body
staying
can
al-
take
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But, like, mentally, they're gonna break down before then, and then they're gonna look at their sister and be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. So you think there's a lot of people that would do you think it's in the realm of possibility that if you were crazy enough and you were deserted that you could eat someone?
If I can cook them the right way, yeah.
I mean, especially like if they died of starvation and you're starving.
They would want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because
dude.
if we're on an island, we're gonna bond. I'll give you my body. Like, means nothing.
Yeah. Damn.
I would make sure that whoever I'm planning to eat, I make sure that guy just works out before he dies. Just do squats. I want my meat nice and tender.
No, dude, you don't. It's not good. You want the fat. That's why we get these cows and chickens all fat.
No, I don't like bacon.
That's why you don't eat a horse, dude. It doesn't... Muscular is not good. You don't want that.
Don't you want it to be nice and chewy, nice and thick?
It'll still be nice and chewy and thick. Just be a little marbly.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what are you going for first, do you think?
Uh,
Ass first?
No. I learned this from a Vice documentary. Never go for the ass. It's too tough.
Oh, it's too tough?
Yeah. And don't eat the tit either. Too much fat.
Oh, okay.
I think he said the best part to eat was the inner thigh.
Yeah, that's good.
Because the legs are stronger.
Yeah, dude. So you know, when people freak out about, you know, eating a dog or something, well, we would all be cannibals if push came to shove. So
Right.
I mean, why is it? Yeah. I'll eat anything, dude. I don't care.
This is how Asians rationalize eating dogs. We get our white friends to get on board. That's how we win the argument. Can you also get into more car crashes too, Nico?
Sometimes I feel weird about talking about stereotypes about
I've written
people.
6 separate bits about black people and Asians. Always bombs. I've done it like 50, 60 times on stage. Always bombs. I'm done talking about black people. I can't make it funny, man.
I mean, in my comedy, I'm really trying to lean more into, and it's hard to do, but like just like self-deprecating.
Don't do that. You're better.
What?
You're better than that. No, don't
No,
do
but
self-
not. Wait, so you think that's bad to do? So I should be making fun of black people and Asian people?
No, say whatever's on your mind. I think like a lot of people do like the I look like jokes just because they're quick and easy, you know?
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, making myself be the one who's the butt of the joke within my joke. Or like
Yeah.
telling a story where I do something stupid or silly or
Uh-huh.
something rather than
Who are
complain
your
about.
favorite comics?
Well, I don't know. This is a tricky question, but I kind of usually just include the people that I've seen live because those have made me feel the
They
best.
hit home.
Yeah. And I think there's, but yeah, so like live, Eddie Pepitone, Eric Griffin, Bobby Lee, Fahim Anwar.
Mm-hmm.
There's some that I'm thinking. And then like specials like Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, but those are more like I recognize their greatness. But like my favorites are like, yeah,
the ones
Eric
who made
Griffin.
you laugh your ass off and you're like, I want to be like that guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Have you seen Eddie Pepitone?
No, I heard his special is amazing though.
His special it was okay.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's good, but you got to see him live.
Shit's
like,
always better live.
yeah.
Always.
And like Bobby Lee doesn't have a special, but if you see him live, have you seen
Mhm.
him live?
I've seen clips of him. It's I heard he's a monster, yeah.
There's something about the live element. Like it never fully does it to watch a stand-up special.
That's why stand-up specials are different.
But do you know Fahim Anwar?
I've seen him for like 2 minutes before. He was living in Austin for like a couple weeks, I think.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He just released a special yesterday.
Oh, really?
It's so funny,
I'll check
dude.
it out.
And I think it's the best special I've seen this year.
Really?
And I've watched quite a few. And it's just on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But he just, I don't know, it's just refreshing to see someone just doing jokes, like funny the whole time, like not stories about a through line. I like that stuff too.
I don't
Like Aziz
stories.
Ansari actually is one of my favorites too that I've
Really? I can't
I like
get
his
behind
specials.
him. I
You
would
did-
watch him like the younger videos when he was like popping, when people are like, this guy's gonna make it. I would watch it and I'd be like, this guy really?
Yeah.
Like, no hate on him. I respect everything he's done, but I'm like, the humor like didn't connect with me. That's
Did
what you're talking about, like with the art stuff. You know?
Right.
It's subjective.
No, and I'm kind of just basing this off of his special from 2 specials ago. The one called Right Now. Did you watch that one?
Is that the one where he like apologizes for the sexual
Yeah.
stuff? Uh-huh.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Okay.
That one's much different than his early stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah. You didn't like that one?
No, not really. I watched his recent one on Netflix at The Cellar.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I like the last like 5-10 minutes of it.
Yeah. So who are your favorites?
My favorites right now, Shane Gillis.
Oh, Shane Gillis. I should have included
Yeah.
him too.
Speaking of people to see live, TJ Miller is my favorite comedian live.
really?
I have not laughed that hard in years.
Really?
In years.
Damn, I wish I saw him when he was here.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
And I heard he does like people saw him on multiple sets and it's like completely different.
I saw
It's
him
just-
for 4 hours in one day. He did completely different material.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems like a really cool dude.
Yeah.
I've just heard stories of people like.
I heard an interesting story about him.
He was not a cool dude.
No. He was in a weird headspace because my friend went to the same college as him, and then they were in the same fraternity. And then T.J. Miller was doing a show at the college.
Okay.
And then that was right after he had that whole bomb threat scandal. Did you hear about that?
No.
He just got really hammered one night in New York. He called in a bomb threat, and then he got soft canceled. And so he was just doing the gig at the university, just chain smoking and then rolling blunts every time. He was just it's over. I can't do this anymore. And then my friend was like, "You're gonna be fine."
Yeah. I mean, was it associated with him specifically, or did they find out?
I think he blacked out and he just called in a bomb threat.
Yeah.
My name is T.J. Miller.
Damn, that's crazy. Was it all over the news and stuff?
I think so, yeah. I think he might have been one of the first comics to be canceled.
I didn't even hear about that.
I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong on that.
That's kind of funny.
It is.
I mean, that seems like such a high school thing to do.
Yeah, dude.
It's funny for me to imagine a grown. But I don't know. That's the inner comedian that never leaves you, I guess.
It's when you talk about the inner comedian, there's some comedians I look at who are so fun. You see T.J. Miller, you're like, that guy's so fun. I'm I feel like I'm too boring. I can't hang out with him.
Yeah.
I can't hang. I'm not cool enough.
Yeah. But I wonder how much freedom comes. Well, it could go either way. But if you were having shows, right? Do you think it would give you some kind of confidence to be looser and more silly if I don't know, you have that. Your name's on the marquee. It's your show.
Mm-hmm.
You're successful at what you do. You're a comedian. People, sometimes I'll be hanging out with comedians or people and I'm a little more timid to make a joke or be silly and stuff because I don't. But if you have that confidence, maybe you can just be a little more free.
Mm-hmm. I feel almost as free on stage as I do just shooting the shit with people, especially friends. I think that's a good sign. But I don't know, after running shows, I've had shows where there's like last night I sold out a show. There were 70 people. I've had shows a couple months ago, 2 people showed up.
Yeah.
And then after the show, one guy told me to quit. I literally had half the crowd tell me to quit. Dude, and I think when you're a headliner, you're basically a producer because you got to put butts in seats.
Right.
That's stressful, man.
Yeah. But there must be some sort of something cool about going on stage and knowing that everybody who's there bought a ticket to see you.
Oh, yeah.
So you can be as weird as you want. They know your sense of humor. They know you.
Right.
They know you. Every time we get on stage, not every time, but most of the time, you gotta let people know who you are. You gotta. It's just a blank, blind date.
Yeah. That's kind of the beauty of it, though. I like it, though.
I think it makes you better. I think it goes the other way for some people. Well,
if you're really blue, that might fuck you over. But if you,
Yeah. There's certain comedians who, because they have a fan base, they're allowed to push the envelope more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's big comedians who become less funny, and you see them all the time. I mean, we get to see headliners all the time, and that there's people that just go
once they start telling stories, it's going down.
Yeah. Dude, you got to watch this Fahim Anwar special.
I'll check it out, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard he's awesome live.
Yeah, stories.
I thought I was a storyteller. I watched the first comedy show I ever went to was Gabriel Iglesias and Mike Birbiglia, who were both big storytellers.
Yeah.
Then when I started comedy, I was like, I'm going to be a storyteller too. Told one story twice on stage, bombed, and I was like, fuck that. I'm just going to write jokes.
Yeah. Who's a good storyteller is Tom Segura. And he has jokes throughout it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, people lean on stories. to get away from jokes or as
Right.
cover-ups, but like if you can be a good joke writer and then do stories around that.
What's a crazy story that you've had recently?
Nothing really, dude. I feel like if I'm gonna do a story, I have to make it up. Like I don't know. I'm trying to. Yeah, I don't know. What would be a story? You got one?
I think I got something. What happened recently?
I have a lot of stuff that happens to me as a substitute teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it's always too close to me where I can't like
Yeah, you
Like,
don't
I
wanna...
think
Wait,
about
but you're a
it.
substitute teacher. They can fire you from Palmer Lane, but you can go across the street and then go to Connolly High School.
I also have stories from last summer. I worked as a summer camp counselor,
Oh, you'll get some great stories, man.
but some of that, yeah, I know I have a story from that time, but I don't. Just like it was like the worst summer camp ever.
Oh, why?
Because I was me. And I was like in charge of like 10 to 12 kids.
Oh shit, that's a lot. Yeah.
Just me. Like honestly, this should have been illegal. And we would go downtown and we'd take the Cap Metro around.
What?
Just me
Oh.
and 12 kids. We're all wearing these lime green shirts. And homeless people are coming up to us. We're going to museums. We're catching buses. It was the most stressful time of my life. Like I wanted to kill myself because it was I was just so nervous at every moment that a kid was gonna, and the ages were 5 to 12. And so we're trying to walk, down 6th Street or whatever.
Why'd you ever?
Homeless people are coming up to us, and I'm like, kid's gonna run into the road or something. It was it was a fucking nightmare. And then there's a lot of stories within there of like, taking them to Barton Creek, and then a kid got leeches all over his legs, and then I got to deal with that. And then there was just so much shit that we're on a hike, and a kid's got to take a shit all of a sudden, and it's like, oh my god.
I was also a camp counselor for like a tennis camp. There's one kid, he was like 6 years old, took a shit in the urinal. And then he shit himself too right before.
That's a future comedian. That's a TJ Miller prank.
Yeah, it sounds like something he would do. And then I asked him, like, dude, why don't you shit in the toilet? This is how, like, sometimes you meet kids and you're like, yeah, this guy is not the sharpest tool in the shed.
No.
I was like, why didn't you shit in the toilet? And he was like, I couldn't find it. I was like, god damn, dude.
That's hilarious. Him saying that to you seriously is like really funny.
Yeah, dude.
I couldn't find it. As he's
I just
crying.
like, I saw the situation. It was a lot, man. He took a grown man's shit at 5 years old, dude. And I just like threw him a shit ton of paper towels, and then we just left. I did not want to touch his shit. I like threw away his pants, and then his grandma came to pick him up. And then she was like, what the fuck happened to his pants? And she was looking at me like I was a pedophile. And then I just told her that I like helped. I was so humiliated, man. Like I had to help this little kid clean up his shit, dude. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. That's scary too. What is
I didn't even like that kid. You gonna have kids?
Probably, yeah. Most likely. You?
I've been thinking about getting a vasectomy recently.
No.
You can do it for like $2,000.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I have. It's been...
Dude.
I probably searched it up like at 1 a.m. a couple times.
Dude, I look at you as Chris Tan, and I just think like, this guy's he seems to be well put together. He's very dapper. He's like he seems happy.
Snappy? Yapper?
No, happy.
Oh, okay.
But then I hear about you going to swingers clubs and wanting to tie your tubes, and I'm like, what? Is there some? There's some deep down darkness in you.
There's a reason why we're all doing this, man.
Yeah.
My mask is a little bit thicker than Patrick DePari's.
But the thicker the mask, the more I mean, Bill Cosby, you know? Maybe you're the Bill Cosby of open
I'm not
mics.
that clean. Oh.
So, yeah, did you have a fucked up childhood?
My parents are immigrants. Like, they, like, came from, like, war-torn countries. I don't think I had a fucked up childhood. But, how much do you charge for therapy sessions?
We don't have to talk about anything you don't want. I can cut anything out.
No, I don't care. I don't care. I'm just trying to think of what's actually entertaining. Or maybe we should be the real comic and just tell the truth, man, right?
Yeah.
No, but I grew up like a normal Asian kid, and then I went to like this preppy,
What's a normal Asian kid?
like do well in school. Chinese is your first language. Grandma doesn't speak English. That kind of situation.
Yeah.
And then went to like this preppy college prep school, like super fancy. I could not mesh well with the white kids at all. It fucked me up on so many levels.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Were
completely
you
different.
like the only Asian kid?
We had like borders, like international students, but there was a huge separation. Because I'm like Asian, but I'm like white-ish, so it was tough to mesh with the Asians and the white kids. It's like this weird little middle ground.
Wait, why are you whitish?
Because I grew up here.
Oh. So you're talking about kids that are like fresh immigrants?
Yeah, like straight up from Taiwan. Like, like they just learned to speak English like 2 years before coming to high school.
Yeah. Interesting. So you didn't fit in?
Yeah. And no pussy in high school. That's why the MILF shit hits harder. Ugh.
So you're making up for it.
Truly.
Trying to fuck your high school bully's mom.
Truly. Yes.
Payback. Were you like involved in anything in high school?
Played a lot of tennis.
You slapped that shit?
Yeah, basically.
Were you good?
No. My one coach said I could maybe go to a D3 school, and I was like, you fucking liar. You liar.
You liar. I'm D1. You know it.
Hell no. Maybe on a wheelchair team when I got my legs.
Dude, aren't you glad you weren't that good at tennis?
Low-key, yeah, because if you're a college athlete and you don't go pro, your life's over. Like, you peaked at, like, 22.
It's so funny the perspective that we all have in college. I mean, in high school, and like what you want. Like, I remember, you know, being on the track team and thinking like, oh, if I got a scholarship, that would be so. But then, like, it just leads to nothing. I mean,
Right.
There's certain things that you get from sports. I get from that, but like, I don't know. I look at people that I grew up with, that were really good at one specific thing, like a sport. And it seems like they have a tougher time adjusting once the dream finally ends.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's almost better for it to end earlier. But maybe people
You're
are
gonna be a
saying
great
that about
father.
comedy right now.
You're gonna be a great father.
No, I just think it's good to spread yourself out when you're young. I mean, I don't know. It goes either way. But even like, you know, the people that we respect, like a Michael Jordan or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think those, like, isn't happiness the goal? I don't know. What is the goal?
Well, I mean, the goal is to find out what your definition of happy is,
Yeah.
right? So I think that's where life stems from. It's funny that you mentioned, like, widening your reach. That's how I thought for the last couple of years. And then I had a shift. I'm going the opposite direction now.
Now you're all comedy?
Yeah, basically. Because I went on, like, this quarter-life crisis where I was just, like, road tripping around, like, Utah, Colorado, California. Colorado by far, I'll say it all the time. Colorado, the hottest state and the prettiest state, like best
sex?
no, prettiest girls and like the nicest scenery. It's just really nice out there. But yeah, I just went out there, went camping, and I can say with 100% confidence, happiest I've ever been.
This is like during COVID times?
Yeah, this is like 6 months into COVID.
Yeah, it's super interesting. Because, like, wait, I want to go back a little bit, because how'd you end up in New York?
In New York, I went to school in New York.
Where'd you go?
University of Rochester.
Oh, Rochester.
Yeah, and then I became...
Is that upstate?
Yeah, it's like less than 2 hours away from the Canadian border.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How'd you end up going over there?
I just want to get out of state. It was a good school. Yeah.
And what were you going to do?
I was going to be a finance bro.
Are
My
you a
dad's
finance
like-
bro?
I used to be. I used to...
Your dad's in finance?
He's a finance, oil guy, real estate. Like, he's like a business guy, yeah.
Businessman. And so did he tell you, hey, join the family business?
All the time.
Really?
All the time. Same with my mom. They never even wanted me to be a doctor. Like, I never
Really?
wanted to. But if I'd be like, what if I got my MD? They'd be like, that's too long to go to school for that. Like, and you're going to fuck up a surgery. You're going to kill somebody. No. Start your own business.
So you were being a good boy for a while.
Up until,
listening to your mom and dad.
I think my first open mic, April 4th, 2019. That's up until I was a good boy, yeah.
And was that in Rochester?
No, I was in New York City. I got a job at a bank in New York.
Did it suck?
Oh, dude, 4 months in, I like thought about killing myself for a while.
Really?
Oh, dude, it fucking sucked, man. I slept at the office. I was like punching the computer.
Did you have stand-up in your mind, or were you...
I was doing improv at the time. So like
did
the
you do that in
idea of
college?
like, no, didn't. That's the crazy thing. I just like found some crazy event, like some improv show. Turned out to be like them jamming out, like an improv open mic basically.
Yeah.
And I just did it, and I was like, holy shit, I feel alive. Like, holy fuck. I just came from like revising like an operating model for a mutual fund, and then now I was like saying shit on sale is crazy. That's a come to Jesus moment.
And that was before or after you wanted to kill yourself? Or during
Oh,
that
this is
time?
during. This is during. I think that was like 2-3 months into New York City.
Did you know, like, that this can't be my life?
Oh, I knew for sure.
And
Certainly.
this is, like, before COVID.
Yeah. I had a
And so-
therapist like motivate me to do stand up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Because I told
crazy.
him that I was like doing improv, and I was like, oh, I hate working at this bank. And he was like, dude, you're smart. You're good looking. You can do stand up comedy.
Really?
Yeah, dude. And he was like,
That's
my
crazy.
sister used to date Andrew Dice Clay. He sold out Madison Square Garden. You're funnier than him. You can do it. And I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Damn, this therapist is either really good or really bad. I can't decide.
I think he's a great therapist, terrible businessman, because I quit my job at the bank. I could not keep paying for therapy.
That's funny. Were you making good money at the bank?
I was making, I think, $35 an hour plus overtime. A decent amount of money. Ended up being like $75, $80 a year.
Yeah.
Fresh out of college.
But then in New York City, I mean, spend it all
Yeah,
on
you pay
rent.
rent out the wazoo. I was paying $2,500 for a studio.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was paying for a mortgage basically.
Did you like living in New York?
The first 6 months are shitty, but then you get used to it, and then it becomes the time of your life. Like ever since I started doing like comedy, that's when you see the real New York.
Dude, that is a really cool thing about doing stand-up comedy, and is like, yeah, I know people talk about the shitty part of it a lot, doing open mics and stuff, but I'm really trying to focus more on like what I like about just even this stage of comedy. You know, like you think about the future and you want to, you know, be successful at this, but there's great things right now, like. And I know just moving here, like I got to go to so many different bars, and I still get to go to new places and wander around, and it beats staying home and watching Netflix.
I agree. I completely agree.
It's a cool lifestyle.
I remember in college I was like getting like disillusioned because everybody around our age was just like partying, drinking, and like blacking out, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like I remember like I was like fist bumping to like Despacito in a basement party, and I was like, fuck this. And then I just went home and read a book, and I was like, this is to me, doing comedy is like a way to combat the boring life that most people our age live.
Yeah.
Like they'll work throughout the week and then just get hammered, and then that's their life, and I'm like, fuck that.
Keeps you in the system.
It does, yeah.
So you went back to the party and you brought books for everyone. And you're like, you guys get out of here. You were that guy.
Oh, hell no, dude. You think those
The
idiots
buzzkill?
would read Siddhartha? Fucking idiots.
Who's Siddhartha? Is he a philosopher?
Siddhartha? It's the name of Buddha. There's also a book about it.
Yeah.
It's great. It's basically an acid trip on paper
Really?
and words. Yeah.
Damn.
But Nico Jordan, what do you want from comedy? Not just stand-up, just comedy. The ha-has.
Ha ha ha. I don't know. I'm still figuring that out, and it changes.
Uh-huh.
Like sometimes I like wake up and like you come to or something. Like you're just doing things, and then you're like, wait, what am I doing again?
Mm-hmm.
Because you get so locked into the rhythm,
Yes.
and then you're like, wait, what is this all? You gotta like step back and reassess.
I literally have an Excel spreadsheet next to all my jokes. I labeled it comedy meta, where I was like, why do you want to do comedy? What do you want? How you going to get it? That helps a lot.
Yeah.
That way, because you waste a lot of your life waiting around, hanging out, man. That's like 6 hours a night, every night. That's a long time. You got to make sure it's worth doing.
Yeah, but that's what I was trying to say earlier. Is it a waste? Like, there's good moments within that too.
Right.
It's not like, you're torturing yourself. Like it looks like that, and it feels like that sometimes maybe, but it doesn't have to. Like, it can be just fun to go out, like, and obviously the more time goes on, it's like, yeah, I don't want to do this forever. Maybe like I want it to turn into something.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess why do I want to do? What do I like about comedy?
I think we narrowed down a part of it. Like,
Yeah.
people live boring lives, don't stay at home watching Netflix. Comedy is a way to fight that.
Makes you feel alive.
Yeah.
I mean, I know once I was getting into comedy, I just was like so fixated on all the people I admired, like listening to podcasts and hearing about people and going and seeing comedy and someone making me laugh, cry, laugh. I was just like, I want to do that. Like, I want to be a part of that. And then the first time, like, dude, just some of the feelings you get, and I don't even know if it's always healthy, but just making people laugh, especially if it's like something in the moment that's not prepared,
I love riffing. It's so fun.
or if it's like trying a new joke for the first time and it works, or you think of a new tag or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many elements to it. There's so many reasons and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But another thought I just had that I have to remind myself too is like, dude, you're so much more free as a comic to like really speak your mind, make jokes about things that you couldn't make like you couldn't be yourself at the finance office.
Yeah, not at all.
You got to watch what you say. You got to worry about HR and stuff. Like, it's so cool to me that like these, 30-something, 40-year-old, like Tim Dillon gets to just go on a podcast and say the wildest shit.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like okay with it because he's a comedian.
Right.
Like most adults have to watch what they say way more and can't really. A comedian, you get to be yourself. I mean, you still got to watch what you do. Like, nobody's completely. I mean, I guess you are. I don't know.
Right.
You still think about those things being in entertainment and stuff, but it is cool that you get to.
You're
of freedom.
liberated on like an even deeper level,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You don't have to pretend. You don't got to wear a monkey suit to work. Like, there's so much freedom, your own schedule. Like, so even if it wasn't comedy, just that, like, I don't know, the entrepreneur. I'm my own boss. This
Right.
relies on me. I'm not.
Everything's DIY now.
Yeah. It's hard to work for someone else's vision. It's even hard to work for your own visions, but so it's especially hard to work for somebody else's bullshit.
Especially
vision.
to put in like even like 80%. Like why
Yeah.
the fuck would I care about your business?
But also at the same time, sometimes it is easier because you have other people that are relying on you.
Mm-hmm.
You have the clock in, clock out. You have that pressure, somebody over you. Sometimes, like, I'm trying to train myself to be better at motivating myself
Being
when
your
it's
own
like,
boss.
yeah, like there's no one over me telling me to go to the open mic. Like, I could take a nap on the couch if I want.
I know.
Sometimes it is easier to have that structure of somebody.
I
like-
agree. I think you hit the nail on the head. I feel that especially right now because I think in comedy, and I lack in this, what I found is that if you have a good group of friends who are like going full force in comedy, your level will
Yeah.
skyrocket, dude.
Yes.
And I need a crew. I think that way you just hold each other like accountable, and then like you can write jokes, riff off of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want to start a crew or?
I'm down. Joe McNamara too.
Yeah.
He's.
I mean,
he's
I
one
would
of the
say,
bros.
yeah. Like Matty Stew and Joe McNamara, those guys, the most like kind of give me that and that motivation and like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to create more of like meeting up to write and bounce jokes off with people.
I'd be down.
That stuff's good to create that structure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely need it. Because I think, like the Miles, Nat, Jack crew, those guys.
Mikey Biggs.
Yeah, I think they're doing it right.
Yeah.
I really do. They also look like they're having the time of their lives.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the way to do it.
Mm.
And so in terms of like group dynamics, I do want to emulate something like that. So you can tell they write with each other. They always got new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they're just having a blast. I think those are the guys like 10 years from now who'd be on a podcast saying like, yeah, those are the days. I just got canceled for saying the N-word. This is Jack Timmons. But those were the days, you know, back when Austin was like...
Yeah.
You could say faggot on stage, man. Now I can't sell a ticket anymore.
Yeah, did you ever feel like a lone wolf in the, like, you look around and there's all these, sometimes I go out to like open mics and I see these little groups of friends
Yeah,
and stuff,
I
and I
agree.
feel like I don't fit in with them.
I agree, yeah. I think I can shoot the shit with anybody, but like
Same,
it comes down to like, I guess being on somebody's radar a little bit more, you know? That's why having a group helps. This is also just like common sense human nature, but like, yeah, it helps to have friends, you know?
Yeah, that's what your therapist told you, right?
No, he told me, yeah, he did. Literally the last words he said to me before I ended our therapy sessions was, Chris, make a connection.
On LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Dude, that's what's so weird to me about therapy is like, hey, you know, I really care about you, Chris. I want what's best for you. I have a lot of information that I think could be helpful for you. But unfortunately, you can't afford my rate at this time, so
Right.
best of luck.
I think that's why shrooms were invented.
Free therapy? Well, not free, but whatever the price is.
$40 to change your life? Yeah. Yeah.
And did you do shrooms in college?
I did it once, and then I became a religion major.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it rocked me.
Did you see God?
I heard him. Yeah, he was whispering into my ear. That's when I was like starting to
ASMR?
question all the finance stuff. Yeah. God is actually a sexy woman, you know?
Wait, so what did you learn on your trip?
Oh, I was also like super sad doing like finance business stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck it, you can be selfish. And I think that opened up the pathway to nurture like comedy to where I'd be more open to it 3 years later.
So you start doing improv.
Mm-hmm.
You start hating your job even
The
more.
system.
Like, I can't do this. And that's like your path out.
Like comedy's the path out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you started that segued into stand-up.
Yes.
How did that happen? You just knew people who did both or something like that?
No, I just started. Yeah, I did know somebody who did it. Then I chatted with him. It took me like 3 months to warm up to the idea of like quitting and then doing comedy.
Yeah.
Gave my parents a heart attack.
So did you think for a minute you could do both? Or you knew?
I was just done with it. I was like, fuck it, I'm young, I'll figure it out. I actually, to help pay the bills living in New York, my first idea to get a job after leaving the bank was working at a Asian massage parlor and just giving out happy endings.
No.
Yeah, I genuinely tried to like just jerk dudes off for money.
How'd that pop into your mind? Aren't there a lot of other jobs? Or you were
Sounds like easy money.
Do they make good money doing that?
I don't know how much they keep, but if you pay like $120 for a massage,
Yeah.
120 an hour. Let's say I keep a third of it, $40 an hour. I can survive on that.
Yeah. And
I'm good at finger blasting chicks, so that could add in a couple tips.
oh, so you were trying to give happy endings to ladies only?
And guys. I
And
think
guys.
mainly guys. I was fully prepared to just jerk dudes off.
Really?
Yes.
Have you ever jerked another man?
No, I haven't. Maybe I'd bitch out, but I was fully ready. Like, I did not give a shit.
Wow. I mean, yeah, it's interesting that that's the place you went to. In your head.
Yeah.
But why didn't you do it?
I went to the place, and it was like one of those typical New York City like intercoms where you gotta press a button and then they have a speaker.
And you knew this place has a happy ending? Like, because all massages places don't do happy endings, right?
There's a website called rubmaps.com.
Oh,
That's how
really?
you find out. I've never used it for my personal use.
Yes, you
I just have a friend who really likes them. He told me about it.
And you didn't want to go, you should have, I mean, I would think if you were going to get into the happy ending business, you would go and say, let me try this out for myself, see how it works.
Uh-huh. Nah, it's pretty simple.
Have another guy jerk you off so you can know if you... What's gayer, jerking another guy off or getting jerked off? I guess jerking another guy off.
No. The
What?
guy getting jerked off, you gotta come to the guy's hand. This is clearly more gay.
Nah, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so what if we move it to sucking dick?
Move it to sucking dick. Ooh. Oh, then the guy's sucking the dick, yeah.
Yeah. You're just sucking
Yeah.
dick with your hand.
Yeah, then I don't mind giving oral hand jobs.
And
like,
you get cum on your hand, too.
that's totally fine, man. I've had people sneeze on me.
But the thing is, a hand is a hand, you know? If it's lotioned up, too, and you close your eyes, I mean, it can
Yeah.
feel great.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't...
But
I don't know.
have you ever gotten a good hand job? I've never. I don't like them.
No.
Right?
No.
That's why we need trannies. Best of both worlds. They can give you a good hand job.
Yeah. I'm sure that's what girls think, too.
What?
You ever been fingered properly by a guy?
I know a lot of girls who like to get fingered.
Yeah.
I don't think they're not that picky.
Oh, they're not. Or maybe it's the cunnilingus
I think so, yeah.
that they're a little more particular about. Got any tricks to the trade?
I still don't know where the clit is. I just know it's on the top somewhere, and so I just get 3 fingers and I'm just like spray and pray.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, you know, when you don't know, you just touch every button so you can cover all the bases.
And then see what works.
Yeah.
And then you stick a finger up your ass and you're like, oh shit, that shuts her down.
I said the weirdest thing I ate. What was the weirdest thing you ate? Ass?
Your mom's pussy.
Dude, come on.
Weirdest thing I ate?
I'm never letting you meet my mom, dude. I know your history.
Mrs. Jordan. Oh. I went to the Middle East. I went to Dubai.
Whoa. You rich.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, like, I thought I would eat some weird food there, but it was like so normal. It was exactly like what you would get from like a halal cart. Exactly like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That didn't answer your question at all. That was just a flex. I wouldn't tell you I went to Dubai.
Dubai sounds cool. I don't know. It seems like Vegas to me or something. Like it's
yeah, you hit the nail on the head.
like it sucks as a place, but they just make cool, nice buildings and there's
Right.
AC and stuff.
It's a fun place to visit for a week, and then after that, you're like, all I can do is shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're super strict about, like, can you even drink there?
Yeah, you can party and all that. They're like soft sober over there. Like they like women, they like booze.
Yeah. They just keep it under wraps a little bit.
Right. Maybe during Ramadan they'll tone it down just a little bit.
Wait, so where were we? You were getting
Hand jobs.
you're doing stand-up comedy
Uh-huh.
and like you started to like your life again?
Yeah, it was fun. Living in New York. And then COVID happened, and then I came back here.
Were you like progressing a lot as a comedian? Like, dude, New York seems like kind of scary to me in a way. I guess you'd been living there, but like, I don't know. It seems like cutthroat in my head, and like, open mics are shitty, and you gotta pay, and
Yeah, it's probably not that different from LA though, right?
right.
But it was a great place to start because the ceiling is so high, and so I think it instills everything that you need to be a good comic. Like, I would see people on every level, and I was like, all right, so that's what you have to do to be good. Like, just
Yeah.
the work ethic, the writing, how they perform is...
Yeah.
The recipe was given to me very early on.
And what do you think the difference between New York scene and Austin is? Like, do you feel like sometimes I feel like people here expect things quicker than they would if they were in New York or LA?
Here,
Yeah.
I'd agree with that because the scene is so much smaller. You go and kill Tony once, and then that can change your life.
Yeah.
I
crazy.
agree with that.
But you were like cool doing it. Like, were you like thinking, all right, I'm like, were you happy?
Oh, I had a blast, dude. It was.
And
so
you were like, I'm
fun.
gonna grind it out for a few years here in New York, and
Yeah.
I'm in the spot to be.
Yeah, I had no future plans. I was just like, this is fun.
And if you weren't jerking dudes off, how are you making money? Or were you just locked into comedy for a bit?
Just for a weekend, I actually was teaching tennis with a meth addict MILF.
Really?
Yeah. She was a meth addict.
Dude,
She
it's-
was kind of hot, though.
It seems like all you interact with is MILFs.
I mean, they pay well. This lady was insane. I met her doing open mics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how I got the gig. And she was actually pretty attractive. She was missing like 2 or 3 teeth, but she was hot.
And she would spend money for you to teach her to play tennis?
No, she was a tennis coach.
Ah.
And so she asked me to help out. And she was teaching like these little boys, like 10-year-old boys.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do they want to learn tennis? They don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And then we started stretching, and then she spread her legs, no panties.
Whoa.
And I was like, that's why these boys want to learn tennis.
Yeah. And then when you start thinking about certain things, you're like, yeah, no teeth. Actually, that's kind of a perk. in a
Right? I
way.
would love a gum job.
Yeah. So, what were your parents saying to you? Like, you are a disgrace to the family?
They just didn't really talk about it that much.
They knew that you quit and you were just doing comedy?
Yeah. Now I live at home right now, so they see me literally do comedy. Like, they'll know I'll be out till like 2 in the morning. They've opened up to it because I have a show. Like, I seem a little bit more legit.
Yeah.
Plus, it's like closer to home, so they feel like if shit hits the fan, they can do damage control. If I
Yeah.
OD or something. I don't
Right.
know.
Do you think you might OD?
If I do some cocaine laced with fentanyl, who knows?
You never done cocaine?
No. Fuck no.
Are you thinking about it?
Hell no, dude.
Are you a pretty non-party guy?
Yeah, look at me, dude.
Do you drink?
I have like 3 beers a month.
Do you partake in marijuanas?
I might, a little bit more. I was a pothead a little bit in college, and then I couldn't sit down after a certain point.
What do you mean?
Like, I just, like, my brain would, like, get rattled if I, like, stopped moving.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it fucked me up. But, I smoked for the first time in, like, a couple of years, like, last week. It's pretty fun.
Do you think of some funny stuff?
No, I just got really horny.
Horny?
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, all the senses go straight down.
Do you think you're like a super horny guy? Like, what do you think about most?
Pussy and dick jokes.
Yeah. I'm trying not to write dick jokes anymore because I've realized that all my jokes were dick jokes. And I felt super insecure and like embarrassed.
Good. Then you move on to the next stage.
Were you kind of relieved when COVID happened in a way?
I loved it, man. I just moved back here, and then I hung out with my cousins. They're all like elementary, middle school-ish, and we just hung out every day for like half a year, cause like nobody was going out.
Yeah.
It was like being a kid again. I loved it.
Yeah.
It got to the point where like one cousin, he looked at me and was like, "Hey man, like I like having you around, but do you have friends?"
Whoa. That hurt your feelings?
No, it was pretty funny. This is like still during COVID when like nobody was hanging out.
Yeah, dude, it almost seems like God had a plan for you. Because like you're from here and then the Austin comedy scene blew up and
Yeah.
like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. That's another point that we can bring up to my parents. This is fate.
Right.
It's weird though. I think my parents kind of warmed up to it because my dad's a business guy and he like knows that I like just shoot the shit on stage in front of like anywhere between 200 to 300 people, and he's like, "That's kind of good. It's kind of good."
They come out and watch you?
He's seen clips.
They haven't come to a live show?
Doesn't matter.
They don't have any interest?
I'm sure one day they will, but they're not in a rush because they know I do it like 15 times a week. The option's always there. It's a good place to hang out for a bit.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's okay.
I gotta stop doing that.
Doing that joke?
Yeah.
No, you don't. What do you feel about that? Like, there's part of me sometimes that I'm like, I shouldn't do the same jokes over and over. But then there's also the want to like, I want people to see my best.
Mm.
And I want to get this, I want to be the best I can be at 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
Mm. There's a place and a time to kill. There's also a place and a time to do new shit.
I guess
so
that's
it's up
the
to your
balance.
judgment.
Yeah.
They say, comics podcasts always say, like, just grind it out, 10 years to find your voice. That's bullshit. If you just think, like, so many comics get into the rhythm of, like, just hit as many mics as possible, and then you become great. No, if you hit 30 a week, if you hit 10 a week and then you actually think and rewrite, that's like if you went to 20 a week already. If you just do the same jokes and just pray to God that people laugh, you're wasting time. You got to be efficient with this.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear mixed things. You hear some people saying like, oh, it's so hard and it's like impossible and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear people like, oh, if you just do these steps, it'll work out. It's like...
I'm pretty like formulaic. So like I think there truly is like a recipe to being good. And you just got to think a little bit instead of like just hoping that if you put in the hours, it'll work out.
Yeah.
Work smart, not hard.
Yeah. Yeah, there is, I mean, yeah, it depends what you want. It really depends what you want. What do you want?
What do I want in terms of comedy?
Yeah.
Just get really good to where I can crush in most places, become a good writer and riffer, and then get on Comedy Central or whatever and all that, and just like have enough credits to where I can go anywhere in the world and be like, hey, I've done this, this, and this. Can I just do 15 minutes? And I'll be like, yeah, that'd be awesome. That's all I want. I don't give a shit about making money or headlining.
That's beautiful.
I've been thinking, like what we talked about marriage. My grandpa actually tried to throw me into an arranged marriage a couple months ago.
Did you say yes?
He showed me a picture of her. I wasn't interested, and then he said that her dad had like $90 million, and I was like, let's meet her.
Did you meet her?
I flew out from Austin to Vancouver to meet her.
Really?
Yeah,
What the hell?
I know.
When was this?
This is about a year ago. Yeah.
And
Started 2021.
I mean, she must have been a grenade, right?
What's a grenade? Like a bombshell?
No, like the opposite. Like,
She wasn't ugly. She just like wasn't my type. She's like small, short, like very soft-spoken, mousy. Like it's exactly how you imagine like the model Asian daughter. Like speak when spoken to. Like my grandpa saw this girl and he was like, "Dude, did you see how fast she cleaned those dishes? That's a future wife right there."
and so you told Gramps it's not in the cards?
Dude, even now he'll still ask like, "Hey, do you text her? Did you call her?"
Yeah.
Like he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah. Were your parents arranged?
No. My dad met my mom at the grocery store. He was like 24. He found out that she was 16 and he was like, "Oh, fuck." Keep drinking milk. I'll come back in a little bit.
What's the age of consent over there?
Whatever you can afford. In Asia, it's pretty loose, man. I think in India, there's like 13-year-olds getting married.
We were talking earlier about spreading yourself out, and you're like, I've recently come into
Oh, yeah.
locking into one specific thing.
Uh-huh.
How did? So what was your thought process before?
My thought process before, just enjoy life, have fun, all that stuff. And then that inspired me to go on like a road trip, like solo. And then I was just like sleeping on mountains, sleeping in the back of a truck.
That's so awesome.
It was honestly the happiest time of my life, I was telling you earlier. And then I just had like a come to Jesus moment where I was like, I'm happy, but like I still want more. Like I don't feel like there's like a certain party that's like still kind of hungry. Like it wants something more, even though you feel content. Like, and then I just started like digging into like the childhood past, and I was like, yeah, I've never been good at anything I care about. And so I think that like kind of carved my definition of happiness, just to be really good at something after being mediocre or like not good at the things that I care about. And so then comedy is like retribution for like not being good at anything. And so I think having like a concrete skill is like what I said, like just being a killer and being like, hey, can I just do your show right now? I think that's like the kid in me saying like, just get good at something, and then that'll bring the happiness there. Like I know how to be happy. It's literally just live in the woods, go hike, and get a dog. I know how to be happy, but that's not enough. I think you can go a step above.
So when you were out in the woods and stuff, did you think that for a minute that maybe that you didn't have to do comedy and you could just be happy doing that?
I thought about that, yeah. But then I got kind of bored being happy almost.
Yeah. You needed something more, something to challenge you maybe, or like... Yeah, there is something to like getting better at something and like hard work, and it feels good to like... I don't know, sometimes like exhaust your body or your brain, or like put so much work into something and have payoff.
Uh-huh. I think that's part of it. Like, I think, like, whenever you do really well on stage, you crush. You feel like you're king of the world, like you just killed a bear. Like, when I was, like, enjoying my time, like, out in the woods, I never had that sensation. You know, like, I felt content, but, like, not like I'm king of the world, you know? I think there's a different... Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In my mind, I call it, like, illumination. Like,
Yeah.
just, like, right? Like, you feel like a little spark, like a fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I just wonder if it's healthy. Like, is it good
don't
for
think
us
so.
all to have that feeling of like what is that root feeling? If you go back to who we are as like animals or something, is that like wanting to conquer the world, or like
Ooh. I think that's a
defeat
cool
other
feeling.
tribes or something like that? Like, what is, why do we want to be the best? Why can't we just be content with like having our basic needs met? Why do we need to like to feel better than other people or something? I don't know.
Well, the whole reason why we live in this world with, like, airplanes, submarines, and drones, and, like, we want to explore space, we're curious. We want to see shit and, like, know what, who, when we came from. It's all out of curiosity. Can I go faster than a horse? Let me try to build a car. Can I get to France in 12 hours?
Yeah.
Instead of sitting on a ship for 30 days? It's all out of curiosity. Because eventually you get bored being, like, content. Like, if you just had a hot wife, kids, and then, like, you just went hiking every day, the mind explores and it's like, what else can we do? I think that's what separates the greats, the innovators from, like, the peanut gallery.
Sometimes I wonder about the pursuit of art in comedians versus like other artists.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stand-up comics are like the only artists who can't really go off into the woods, and like you can do some work out there, but you got to get in front of people and you need that approval.
Yeah.
Like, I think about, is it healthier to be somebody who goes off into the woods and can paint or can write a book or something like that?
Yeah. It's comedy is in this weird little ecosystem by itself. It sucks that you can't. But on the flip side, a musician or a novelist, it might be tougher for them to get inspired if they lived in the woods. Right? Like, if you go to a coffee shop and you, like, see something crazy happen or some portrait on the wall, that might inspire you to write a new chapter.
Right.
It all depends on how you get inspired, I think.
So, in your mushroom trips and your studying religion and stuff, where do you land right now with God?
With God? I think like any other millennial, like, if he's real, cool. If he's not, cool. I think I read this interesting Reddit thread. Let me know what you think about this. Somebody asked, like, for everybody who was, like, medically dead and then came back to life, what was it like? And they all said it was, like, really peaceful. And that they all saw, like, this light or something, like some family member, somebody, like, something warm and fuzzy. And they're like, yeah, I think I saw God. It almost sounds like God is like energy.
Yeah, it's cool.
You scared of death, Nico?
I don't think so. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I daydream.
Prove it right now, pussy. Prove it right now.
Sometimes I think I daydream about dying so I don't have to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
And like, Like, this is, like, I know this is, like, a flawed way of thinking, or, like, narcissistic, probably. But I think about dying and then people, like, being sad, or,
Really?
like just getting some sort of credit for things, or, like, people really, like, especially with this podcast, or, like, certain art I've made and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm like, oh, if I died, then people would, like, pay attention a little more, or they would, like, stop and be like, oh yeah, he did do some cool shit.
Uh-huh.
I know that I shouldn't think like that, but
No, it's good because then it
it
motivates you to make even better stuff.
maybe, but I don't even know if that's healthy to think like that. I don't know, sometimes
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't-
like
Yeah, that
wanting
might
people's
not.
approval. That's like a fundamental thing that I struggle with comedy, is like you put so much weight on other people think of you. Like, we tell kids and stuff, like, just be yourself, and, like, but comedy fundamentally is not, it's based in the approval of others.
It's not. That's the beauty of it. It's not, Nico. It's not.
That's
The
not.
whole idea when you go up on stage is to drag people into your world. That's why Patrice O'Neal was so great. He wouldn't mind being an asshole. You could be a lovable asshole.
But isn't there some worlds that people don't relate to? If you
Oh,
get
of
into
course.
a true world,
Yeah.
like, there is the balancing. Can't bring them 100% in. You got to figure out how to do it.
I think then it's up to the artist or the comic's job to be able to, like, put it into their terms. There's a way to, like, share your world with other people.
Yeah. I see that.
Right? There's a skill to it.
I just think there's like a difference when I'm, like, thinking of musicians.
Nico? Yeah, he's right here.
Oh, really? Hell yeah. Oh, sweet. Are you going to the show tonight? I'll see you there.
Hey.
You going to the 8 o'clock or the 10 one? Okay, I'll see you there. What's your name? Deontay. Nice to meet you. Okay, cool. See you tonight.
Oh, that's funny. Went with the whitest name. Deontay to Connor.
He said Connor. I thought he said Carter.
Oh, okay. Either way, super white.
I think they were in the Navy together or something like that.
Oh, okay. I mean, that got shredded. I believe it.
That's so funny.
Yeah, don't worry about people's approval. I think here's the crazy thing. I think people feel what you feel on stage. Like, if you genuinely feel happy, like you're pouring your soul out there, like you're speaking whatever you feel,
Right.
they'll like that. Even
Yeah.
if they don't agree with it, they can respect the fact that you're doing you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that should come number one.
Do you go through, like, waves of, like, enjoying comedy more times than other times?
Waves. Yeah, I'd say so. It's unfortunate, I guess also fortunate how, like, one show can shift your perspective for the next 2 weeks.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, like if you bomb, you're like, oh god. I thought about jerking off dudes to fund this life.
Haha. Wait, how did you not end up jerking people off?
Because I tried asking for a job through the intercom, and then they would, like, speak back to you, and I was like, I'd like a job. And it was, like, staticky, and she was like, no. And I was like, no, I just want to apply for a job. And she's like, no blowjobs or something. And then I just gave up from there.
Yeah, it sounds like it wasn't for you if you gave up that easily.
No, it wasn't. It was short-lived.
So you think you'll be happy being here in Austin and grinding it out with comedy for a while?
No, I think I'd like to get out.
Back to New York?
Back to New York or somewhere else. I'm finding out I'm almost 3 years in. I'm running out of shit to say.
Really?
I need to shift my worldview a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Dude, maybe that's a good point. Because I found that when I moved here, and maybe it was partly not doing comedy for a while, but also being in a new place, I'm like, how was it easier for me to write back then?
Mm-hmm.
Or how did I have more ideas?
Because you were newer. You had nothing to say. You haven't said anything yet.
Right. And I also think you're less, the earlier you are as an artist, and maybe you can get back to this, but like the childlike version of you who doesn't think too hard about, oh, this is stupid. Like you're just like, you're not as critical of yourself. You're like willing to try whatever.
Right.
You haven't been molded to be like, oh, that's hack or this is that or I don't want to do that. You're just like, yeah, you don't have as much expectation, or I don't know what it is.
I think being a kid is beautiful, man. That's the purest version of being human.
Yeah.
And then adults fuck it up.
Yeah.
This is like a mutual therapy session. We're paying each other.
Dude, I'm having a good time talking with you.
Hell yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, where do you think you would move?
I have one guy that I work with who offered to maybe move to Cambodia at the end of the year.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I think that'd be a good shift.
They got the Cambodia funny bone out there, right? Cambodia improv.
No, they got an improv there. Yeah, they're gonna start a cellar out in Phnom Penh. You know. I've thought about it a little bit.
What would that do for comedy? You're just gonna take a break?
I'd have to sniff it out just to see what happens, but I've seen they do have a little bit of a scene there. I think it's just 13 white guys, 13 expats. But I would try to like probably pioneer the comedy scene, and then just like become like the godfather of Phnom Penh comedy. All I hope is for however long I live there, whether it's like half a year or like 4 years, just to like get a different perspective on life.
Yeah.
Spice it up, you know?
So you don't feel like as much pressure to like, oh, I gotta make something happen right now. I gotta like grind it out and you know, do what's best for my career or something. Like you're willing to just...
a big part of me, like 90%, says like, yeah, you're not gonna be as good as you could be because you'll probably only get up like 3 times a week over there. But I'll find a way to shoot the shit and make it happen, if it happens.
I think that's smart.
Yeah.
Like not.
It's just better to be an interesting comic. Like I've talked about being Asian so far for as long as I could.
Yeah. About time to.
Now I gotta
try
go
to
hang
not
out.
be Asian for a while.
By living in Asia, yeah.
Well, yeah, over the just like you know, to the foreign exchange student or the fresh off the boat kids here.
Right.
You were looked at as white. When you go over there, you're gonna be.
White.
You're not Asian
American
anymore,
as
dude.
Fuck,
You're white.
Dude. American as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I slur my words together. I've been like trying to act like black comics for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Saying motherfucker. I soften my voice when I say fucker.
Do you speak any other languages?
I speak Chinese, yeah.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
Not one is the first one.
For you or for everyone?
Oh, for anyone, I think. Because you have no baseline. What's hard? What's easy?
Yeah.
Always start hard.
Is there anything else we should have talked about?
I think this is a fun blend of comedy / life.
Yeah.
Right? Art.
That's what I like.
Wish I had a crazier story for you. The arranged marriage one, that was wild.
Yeah. Well, I don't have crazy stories either, so maybe that means I need to go out and
I
live
think
a
so,
little.
man.
I do have a deep longing to like travel and go new places, and I love like getting on a plane and like or going on a drive and like exploring new places. But it becomes hard. when you have a girlfriend and a brand new puppy and
Yeah.
baby on the way.
That's
and
tough. You got a baby?
twins coming. Yeah.
No way, dude. Shut up. You're 25. No way, dude.
I mean, yeah. I mean, unless we get a late term abortion. I mean, I don't know.
The puppy is pregnant or your girlfriend?
I wish it was.
You're
the
going to have
puppy.
kids?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe one will eat the other one in the womb, I'm hoping.
Oh. No, your comedy is done.
You think?
The second the babies come out, yeah.
You don't think it'll give me a kickstart, a light of fire into my ass?
Maybe with one kid, but two? No way. No way your girlfriend is going to let you out till midnight on a Monday so you can try to get on Kill Tony.
What should I do?
Go to Mexico, get that coat hanger, and then... Nah.
You think I have
Are
a better
you joking about the twins?
Dude, it's fucked up. It's
Oh.
a fucked up situation.
Oh.
I mean, we might have to cut this out of the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. Damn, man, I'm sorry to hear
But if
that.
we're being honest, should I try to convince her to get an abortion? I mean, she's like 4 months pregnant. So is that
16?
too late? Is that too late?
I have no idea. I don't think it's... I think you can abort them 2 years after they're born.
Or should I really, maybe I should just get out of this situation and just, move.
But you said...
Can I come to Cambodia?
Yeah, man. You can hire a nanny for like $2 a day to raise the kids for you.
Is that fucked up, do you think, if I just leave and have
But
her
you
deal
said
with
she's
it?
the love of your life.
I mean, yeah, that was on the podcast.
I know.
That was when we were on camera.
Yeah. Are you having reservations? I can't tell if all this is just a fucked up joke, dude. I don't know what's...
It's a fucked up joke.
All right,
I'm
I
sorry.
was like getting scared for you. I was like,
I
man,
feel
his
that.
life is gonna end.
Was that mean of me to do that?
No,
That was kind of fun, though.
no, it woke me up a little bit. I was like, God damn,
Dude, the look
Nico's-
on your face was so funny when I said that. Oh my god, you were like, "What?" Yeah, no, dude, I can't be having a kid. I do have a
thank
puppy
God.
though, which is
Thank God.
worse than a kid at this point.
No, that's better. That's better. You don't feel bad about putting it down.
Yeah. We should promote anything you want to promote. Laughing Stock.
Sure, yeah.
How many shows you got?
I've got 2 shows. I gotta get the dates for one show, but I run 2 shows. One at Ground Floor Theater and another one at the Alamo Draft House. It's called Laughing Stock.
Yeah.
We just sold out last night's show. Next show is gonna be June 24th.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna come watch a show, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta see one of your productions.
Giving away free movie tickets too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's playing? I want to see Top Gun.
Top Gun. Yeah, it just came out last night. It was wild at the theater, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, so come see the Laughing Stock at the Alamo Draft House on Fridays.
Last
And
Friday of the month.
Last Friday of the month, and then the other one is called what?
It's called Cook the Books.
Cook the Books.
Inspired by my finance days.
Yeah. I love that. The Laughing Stock poster's really cool. I like the piggy bank.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
Do shrooms. Do shrooms, guys. It's great. 3.5 grams. That's enough to change your world.
Yeah.
Save yourself $200 in therapy fees.
Did you ever do Kill Tony?
I've signed up like 13 times.
Wow.
Dude, I think I'm done. The last 5 times I've gone, it's always a new person's first time doing it.
New
It's so
person's
rigged.
first time doing stand-up?
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't have made air quotes. It is
Yeah.
a new person's. It's rigged. Yeah.
It's for sure rigged.
Like 2 real comics, like, get on a show, maybe.
Yeah. So your odds, you want to think it's 6 out of 150 or 200 or whatever, but it's 2 out of 150
Yeah.
or 200.
Then
But
they
you got a
brought
hot
back-
minute on deck, don't you?
Huh?
You got-
I've was gonna do yellow fever jokes, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like riff on Hans for like a second, yeah.
Ah.
I knew exactly what I gotta do to kill.
Well, so you're not gonna go for a while.
We'll see what happens. I might just make my name sound more ethnic, and then when they see Chris Ching Chong Bing Bong, maybe they'll pull that name.
Do you have a Chinese name?
Yeah. Ooh, all right. It's not a bad idea.
What is it?
Junkek.
Junkek?
Yeah. I might do that.
Do it.
Yeah, I got nothing to lose. Yeah.
That's funny. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Junkek.
Hey, you said it right.